Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht, alles schläft einsam wach.
Du das traute, hochheilige Paar, Holy Infant, so sacred and love.
On the night of December the 24th, 1914, men of the British Expeditionary Force heard the voices of German soldiers singing Christmas carols. Although suspicious at first, the British and some French troops soon joined in with the singing, and messages began to be shouted between the trenches. What followed the next day was one of the most extraordinary events of the First World War. Many people at the time, and to this day, believed it to be a myth. However, this incredible and moving phenomenon did take place. But what impact did this have on the course of the war? My name is Liam Smith, and this is the true story of history's most memorable Christmas, a celebration in the midst of a brutal conflict, told by the soldiers who were there. For the last 5 months, the world has been plunged into war. On both sides, the men are subjected to the misery and boring daily life in the freezing cold and muddy trenches. Many had hoped the war would be over by Christmas, but such hopes had since dwindled. On the lead up to Christmas, there were efforts to call for a truce. Women from the major warring countries wrote open letters which called upon women to unite and push for peace. Pope Benedict XV implored the governments for a truce, but sadly, the offers were rejected. However, the dull, miserable life in the trenches was apparently enough for troops to initiate the truce on their own. A range of varying accounts from both sides have made it difficult to discern exactly how the truce began. Nevertheless, over 100,000 people have been believed to have taken part. What is apparent is that both sides began to communicate with each other in more friendly terms. This started with the Germans singing Christmas carols and setting up Christmas trees on top of their parapets. A German soldier noted, "We posted a tiny Christmas tree in our dugout. The company commander, myself, the lieutenant, and 2 orderlies. We placed the second larger Christmas tree on the breastwork." In the British lines, one British soldier stated, "Something in the direction of the German lines caused us to rub our eyes and look again. Here and there, showing just above their parapet, we could see very faintly what looked like very small coloured lights. What was this? Was it some pre-arranged signal in the forerunner of an attack?" British Private Marmaduke Walkington explained how the close proximity of the trenches led to the increased communication.
We were in the front line. We were about 300 yards from the Germans, and we had, I think, on Christmas Eve, we'd been singing carols and this, that, and the other, and the Germans had been doing the same, and we'd been shouting to each other, sometimes rude remarks, more often just joking remarks. Anyway, eventually a German said, "Tomorrow you no shoot, we no shoot," and the morning came and we didn't shoot and they didn't shoot. So then we began to pop our heads over the side and jump down quickly in case they shot, but they didn't shoot. And then we saw a German standing up waving his arms and we didn't shoot, and so on, and so it gradually grew.
Moved by the voices of the Germans, the British and French joined in with the Christmas carol singing. Soon it was dawn on Christmas Day. It was another misty morning, and there was complete and utter silence. For many, the true gift of Christmas Day was the peace. 18-year-old Alfred Anderson recalled the following: "I remember the silence, the eerie sound of silence. Only the guards were on duty. We all went outside the farm buildings and just stood listening. All I had heard for 2 months in the trenches was the hissing, cracking and whining of bullets in flight, but there was a dead silence that morning." As the morning went on, the most extraordinary thing happened. Soldiers from both sides began to show themselves. They boldly walked out into no man's land with their hands in the air. 25-year-old soldier Gustav Beffier noted that on Christmas Day, the Germans made a sign and said, "They said they didn't want to shoot, they were tired of the war, they were married, like me." When the soldiers met in no man's land, they exchanged gifts, took photographs, and had a kickabout with a football. German artillery officer Mr. Wigner described his account of meeting with French soldiers within no man's land.
"I remember very well Christmas. I remember the Christmas day when the German and the French soldiers left their trenches, went to the barbed wire between them with champagne and cigarettes in their hands, and had feelings of fraternization and shouted they wanted to finish the war. And that lasted only 2 days, 1.5 really, and then strict order came that no fraternization was allowed, and we had to stay back in our trenches."
In many places, the initial motivation of the Christmas truce was to bury the dead. In one sector of no man's land, the British and the Germans came together for one of the most memorable religious ceremonies of the First World War. However, although fraternization with the enemy did take place, it was not observed everywhere on the Western Front. Sporadic fighting and casualties did occur on Christmas Day. Some British soldiers who were filled with resentment towards the enemy described shooting at the German candles that were raised above the parapet early in the morning. When the high commands on both sides heard of the Christmas truce, they would ensure that such fraternizing never happened again. George Ashurst described how unpopular the generals were.
"We got orders come down the trench. Get back in your trenches, every man. By word of mouth, down each trench. Everybody back in your trenches, you know, and shouting. The generals behind must have seen it and got a bit suspicious. So what they did, they gave orders for a battery of guns behind us to fire, and a machine gun to open out, you know, and officers to fire their revolvers at the Jerrys, you know. Of course, that started the war again. Oh, we were cursing them to hell. Cursing the generals and that. You want to get up here in this stuff. Don't mind your big giving orders and your big chateaus and driving about in your big cars. We hated the sight of bloody generals."
In the end, the Christmas truce made little difference to the course of the First World War, but its enduring legacy would be remembered for generations to come, along with the incredible photographs and memoirs of the men who took part in it. Stories of the incredible event soon spread, and when letters and photographs arrived back at home by the end of December, newspapers published accounts of the truce. Thank you so much as always for watching. I really enjoy making these history videos, and don't forget to give us a like and to subscribe for more content. Finally, a Merry Christmas to you all, and a shout out to my amazing subscribers for your ongoing support of the channel. Until then, stay tuned. I'll see you next time.